Hi, I'm Stephanie Mueller with Elephant Touche Marketing. Today I'm going to introduce you to Zoho Social. This is a social media management tool. I really love it. I have tried Hootsuite and Buffer and Social Post, I think it's called. I've tried a couple different ones, and I really just like Zoho Social. Zoho is a company that has over 40 apps. It's kind of a suite of business apps. So today we're just going to look at the one, Zoho Social, and see how that is like a nice addition for people that either aren't using a social media management tool or an alternative. So we'll get right into it. And then if you have any questions, please reach out to me. And if you want to learn more about other Zoho products, let me know. I will absolutely make more videos about other apps. I love Zoho's suite of products. I'm actually a registered partner of theirs, and that's because I love the product so much. I reached out to them and was like, I'm already telling people about Zoho, so can I be an authorized reseller? So if you are interested in a trial, there's always a free 15-day trial, 14-day trial. And then, but if you're still having trouble making a decision, let me know. Sometimes I can get you an extra, longer trial and things like that because I'm a partner. So, well, anyways, let's get started. And I'm going to show you how it all works. We're looking at Zoho.com. This is the kind of overarching website for all the different apps that I use. We're going to be looking at Zoho Social today, but just going to quick give you a tour of this first page that you come upon. These are the different 40 of the different apps. There is also this creator is a way to kind of make a custom app and process. So there's just so many things you can do. I use the analytics extensively, of course, for marketing, but I use everything from the CRM, campaigns, forms. I mean, literally everything, bookings, page sends. I use books instead of like QuickBooks or something like that. And projects to help manage things. So literally you can take, this can go from the beginning of your sales process or, just everything in the background all the way through to the invoice and taking care of your customer and beyond. So there's just really so many things you can do. There's, you can track, kind of keep track of how your customers are moving through your sales process, things like that. If that's not something that you use, then don't use that. You just kind of have to make it custom to what you want. So today we're going to be looking at Zoho Social. So if you don't have a Zoho account, like I said, you can go to the free sign up. Otherwise, just go down here and click on Social. And that's going to take you to a page that talks a little bit more just specifically about Zoho Social. And so you can get signed up right here. And so then you're going to have there's an always free plan for social. So that'll be the first one that kind of gets you started on. But then there is paid plans. You can have a little bit more robust, few more features. But you're going to love this if you give it a try. I definitely think it's worth it. So we're going to come over to one of my Zoho Social accounts here. This is Diversity. This is a client of mine. They have a tea shop, and they also sell like over 170 loose leaf teas. They also have olive oils and vinegars, other little gourmet foods. So their main things though are the teas, the oils, and vinegars. That's their bread and butter. So so I help them with their social media. So when you come to this first page, you're going to see here a little brand health. And so this is kind of cool. And it gives you just a quick snapshot. So, you want to use this information to learn and grow from. So for me, I see that we're growing in our audience, but we're really declining in our engagement. And so that's what we want to focus on right now is clearly we need to do some looking of which posts are more engaging than others and stay away from the ones that aren't. So you really want to use this tool to help guide your decision making too. Down here, it's going to be some recent posts. We have set up for Diversity Facebook, Google My Business, and Instagram. You can also add Facebook groups, Twitter, and Instagram or LinkedIn. And so one big thing I do like to mention about Google My Business, there used to be Google Plus. They tried to kind of make it a social media channel at one point, but it didn't really go that way because people used Facebook more and Instagram. These other ones, Twitter has grown a lot fast. Those ones have grown faster. But there is still value in putting content out to Google My Business. And I'm going to show you why real quick, just because this is going to be valuable for your search presence, for the value of your website and things like that. So if I go into Google and I'm looking for diversity, which obviously, hopefully this will come up with other searches as well, if it's like a tea near me or tea shop. So this Google My Business right here. This is all managed by your Google My Business. And as you scroll down, you're going to see that this has these different posts that we've posted on Google My Business. And there are people that as they're looking at these pictures. And so this is just, it's a little thing, but if you're already sending the information out to the other social media platforms, it's another opportunity to send out to them. So if somebody clicks on, they want to see photos, at some point they're going to run into your photos that you've posted too. So you're going to be able to go through kind of all these things contribute. It does add value to your website, again, like I said, and your SEO. It just makes it more prominent. So definitely valuable doing. It doesn't hurt. And I say just use whatever content you're already putting out there. Don't make anything special for Google My Business. There's not enough feedback or people using that part to make it worth having its own strategy. At least right now it's not. But I say just keep, you're already publishing something out, send it out to that too. And then it deletes after 7 days. So you want to, I believe after 7 days it deletes. And so you kind of want to keep something posting like at least, once or twice a week to Google My Business. Even if it's the same post that's just reposting, that's fine too. Because, again, it's going to come up. It's going to be something that's just another opportunity for people to learn about your business. Anyways, I'll hop off my soapbox for Google My Business now. Okay, so we looked at the home page. Over here, we can see a live stream. It's not updating right now, but this is going to say like so-and-so liked your page, so-and-so commented on your page. You see there's a little photo. That's where it would be. So same thing with the notifications. It's going to be similar. We got messages, comments, things like that. If you have more than one, user, like let's say you have a team of 2 or 3 and you each have your Zoho accounts, so they can be connected through this you can make it a team so that each person can kind of contribute to the social media in their own way, and you can also make comments back and forth to each other as well as see who posted what. So that's kind of cool way to track, especially if you have multiple people that are have their hands in the social media. That's a really good way to kind of communicate specifically about posts like that without having to, stop everything that you're doing and pull them aside to look at it. Settings are up here, and then this is going to be your Zoho account. Okay, so up here we have new post. This is the simplest way to just start a new post, but I'm going to take you quick through this spot right here that is posts. So this is going to be all of the published posts recently. So this is another way that we can sit here and look through some of these metrics. I see this with a picture of the owners, Doug and Judy, has an engagement of 133 saying Happy New Year. So obviously their fans really like to see them. I know we had some other ones in the past that had pictures of them that had really great engagement. And so maybe that's something that we need to focus on more, is getting some more images of them. Then we're going to go in here and go, okay, so some of these, though, are less engagement. Now, is that going to be because of when it was posted? Is that what was posted? There's just so many different reasons for that. And then you go to Instagram. You can look at that one. Different ones have different levels of engagement based on the whichever platform you're looking at. Sorry for all the ums, and this is my first kind of training video like this, so I appreciate you kind of hanging in with me while I kind of figure this out. I do definitely know what I'm doing, but I appreciate your patience. So you can see here who has seen, like how many people have seen those different posts on Google. So for example, this one, 34 different people saw this little post about that they carry gourmet pasta. And so, like I said, that Google My Business, is it bringing you insane amount of value? No, but if you're already posting it out, just put it on there too. It's valuable. Google My Business is so valuable to maintain for so many other reasons, but this is just one little way you can add to it. Over here in promoted posts, this is going to be like if on Facebook you were to boost a post, that's putting it out as a sponsored post, paying for advertising, which whether you do that or not, that's, you will determine whether this is valuable to you or not. You can schedule posts in advance, and that's kind of the most valuable piece. I don't know about most valuable. I mean, the analytics are huge. So I like to make drafts as I'd come up with an idea, make a post, just save it as a draft. If I have like a real quick little I could post about this. And then it saves it. So I'm not pulling my notes from 1,000 different places later on when I go to work on social media. All right. And then the calendar, this is going to be your content calendar that you can take a look at here. So as you schedule posts out, you can click. Oh, excuse me. You can click here to create a post. And so you can create it just for that specific day. You can also filter down and you can look at just a week and specifically select the time, things like that. You can, jump forward. So this is really great as you're kind of planning out. Like, for example, for diversity, I don't want every single post to be tea, but I don't want multiple olive oil posts in a row, because that's, tea is really their main, their biggest offering. So that would possibly take away from that. And so when I'm scheduling them, I could drag posts around to different spots so that they fit in kind of what I'm thinking I want the order to be. And then down here, you can connect your Zoho to the CRM that I showed you before. That's another app. Diversity doesn't use the CRM. I do for my business. And so it will show me, it'll connect somebody's Facebook page, the name, and it'll say like this person engaged with your page. And so it will add them as a potential lead. And if the information matches up with any leads I already have, then that'll add information to that lead showing that like they are engaging with me. So that's kind of a neat thing, but it doesn't have to be something that's used. So messages over here, this is going to be direct from Facebook. You can actually reply right in here. You can add in information to these people, like especially if they're common person that comments. Interaction, this is going to kind of show you what, like she sent a message, she got a message here, blah, blah, blah. You can also discuss, and this is kind of that collaborative part when you have multiple people in your team. And so I could specifically comment on this person, like this client is okay, so like I might say that this client is happy with their Black Assam tea. Let's make sure we have it in stock for her. So when I click share, this shares this with this team. So I am Elephantouche team. And I'm just sharing that with my team, which there's only one person on this team, which is Judy, who is the owner of Diversity. Okay, so that was messages. We can go through those. Monitor, this is going to be a little spot where you can just literally scroll through these different things. So these are visitor posts, guest posts. So while on the front page and in your post, you're only seeing what you posted. In Monitor, you're going to be able to see what other people post. So right here, this person, this is the Diversity tea, this is a local distillery, and this is local wine or honey. And so this is kind of cool that this person posted this picture of these three, and so they make the best hot toddy, tagged us in it. So that's pretty cool. We can go through and see these excellent comments. So this is really awesome. Over here, Google reviews. This is a great way to monitor these if you don't already have a system to monitor that. If somebody comments a question, etc. So you can kind of scroll through here, and there's a lot of different options. So Connections, this is going to be, again, this is going to be focusing on these people who have interacted with your brand. So you can look through most engaged, and then all the connections. You can go based on, what platform. So we're not getting a lot of engagement here on Instagram. Instagram connection is not always perfect, because their API is difficult with other brands. So sometimes you'll see in whatever it is, Hootsuite or Buffer, or Zoho Social, sometimes it doesn't, not everything comes through right away. So you have to be patient. But with Facebook, so I can see that Margaret, that same person that sent us a message, she engages often, or recently she engaged. And then these are some of these people, they know this person is a friend of theirs. So you could even go here and you could discuss this. And perhaps you are the kind of person who's like, you know what, once a month, I want to give a prize away to the person that engages the most with my page. So you could add this to the discussion that, hey, we're going to send her a prize. And that maybe was not the most engaged person, but that's just what I had selected. And you can attach information on there, add emojis, whatever. So that was under connections. Now we go over to collaborate, and this is what this one kept taking us to when it was talking about, or when I was talking about like communicating with your team. So this is gonna be all the feeds. This is gonna be different discussions. Specifically, this is gonna be, I guess you haven't drafts if you haven't actually posted it. It's gonna be discussions about posts. So if you make a post, but you put it on like unscheduled or scheduled, and you guys are still talking about it. Again, scheduled post, unpublished. This is related to those connections, other people. And then this would be a commentary on the reports. We don't do a lot of discussion through this because I really run the social media without much input from the owners. And so so there's not a lot of discussion on here, but I have other ones where we have a lot more discussion. And then, of course, one of your most valuable pieces here, your reports. So this is a way to really dig deeper into what those, there were some base analytics there. So let's take a look. We can dig a little bit deeper. So the page profile views on Facebook, this is where we are, we're on Facebook right now, they have actually gone up almost 10%. So that's pretty cool. But the clicks have gone down. So that shows me that people are looking at the page, but they're not always clicking on the post. So the post is not grabbing that engagement. The reach is going out, meaning that, so reach is something that how many people are seeing it beyond, I guess, beyond what is your followers, how many people is it reaching? The impressions are going to be how many people actually looked at the post. So they're similar, but it's a little bit different. So I know that sounds crazy, but anyways, I am not an expert on the analytics of Facebook, but so definitely use this though as a way to guide you. I'm able to see here on our page like growth or decrease. So here it looks like we lost a like. Here we lost a like. So what was going on in those days? And why is this one? So February 25th, that was just 2 days ago. This one, we got a couple new likes. So just kind of seeing here, you can track what's going on. Where are the people that like us coming from? Well, we're in Wisconsin, the United States. 1,500 of our likes are from the United States. So that makes sense. You can also look at by age group and by gender, or just at least the two main binary genders. But then there's a little spot for others. So you can kind of see when women or people that classify themselves as female are engaging much more with this page than their male counterparts. That's actually 85% of the audience. So this is it's good information to know, like, who are you writing for? Again, you can look through this, posts and engagement, best times to post. We're saying, okay, 4 p.m. on a Tuesday and 8 p.m. on a Thursday. This evening on Thursday, at late afternoon on Tuesday is doing a lot better than like morning times. So people are clearly on their phones more in the evening, late afternoon. During the day, they're usually working. So this gives you a good kind of idea. Then we're going to go over to performance. This is going to give us, page views. We really just you could dig into this so much. It really is valuable information. So for example, on February 13th, there were 17 clicks. 3 of those were actually double clicks though by somebody else because there's 14 unique. So 14 people, 17 clicks. The unique clicks are going to be this lighter blue next to it. So that's the most important part. So 13 on this day, 17 on the February 14th, that was Valentine's Day. We posted a little Valentine's Day post. That one people enjoyed. But whereas on the 25th, there was only 5 unique clicks. So you can see what type of clicks, really just dig right in here and see what's going on. So really inform your decisions. I know I've said that a couple times, but you wouldn't want to, you wouldn't make a large purchase without reviewing and figuring it out first. And so that you kind of want to treat it like that. Like every interaction is valuable. And so every once in a while, you do want to look at this and make your business decisions based on the analytics. Google, like I said, this is not a huge source of like followers or engagement, but we are seeing that people are seeing this when they're doing reviews, right? And they're viewing this in their searches. So this is the total searches where these photos came up on the first page. So that's pretty cool. 1,000 searches in the last 15 days. You can take a look at the audience. Again, I don't feel that this particular thing is as valuable specifically for social media purposes, but I would rather look at these search trends from a keyword standpoint and see which ones we're tracking for as I work on the website. So that's kind of where you might use that for. Instagram engagement is down 13%. We see here that images actually are getting more engagement than videos, which is a surprise because oftentimes videos get more engagement than images. So that's something interesting that we can consider of why is our audience not interested in our videos. Either our videos are not interesting at all. They're not grabbing them in the first couple seconds. So something like that. So we can reconsider that in our video going forward and how we go about that. This is our audience growth. So we can see our new followers on the 25th. We have 5 new followers. Post and engagement. Again, the dashboard, you can select which things you're shown, which is awesome. And then this one, you can create a custom report. So I really like doing this. I create custom reports and then I can schedule them to be sent out to my clients so that they can see what's going on. So we can see, this is showing, this is back in November, so that doesn't really help us, does it? Or September? Oh my gosh, the year worth. Okay, never mind. I don't know what I'm talking about. Just, I tell you what to do, but I don't know. Okay, so last 15 days, though, we'll switch it to. We can see how that changes. And so, you can go back a year, like it said, 30 days, whatever you want to do to kind of take it. So on the plus side, though, we've increased in our posts in the last 15 days versus 30 days, things like that. Last month, January, engagement was up. So we can just kind of really dig in and see what these things mean. I'm totally rambling, so I am super sorry. You can email these out to your client. Click on here, put in the email. Here's the social dashboard report. Okay. Schedule them out. I'm going to send this report for last month every day or once a month, whatever you want it to be. You can export it as a PDF. Okay. Now on to the most important, exciting pieces, which is a new post. So you can, I would suggest you start just with this new post button. Eventually, you can get to the point where you bulk schedule, but that is going to take a little bit more planning ahead. So start with this new post. I do have a picture ready, which is in my Finder. And I'm just going to drag this over. If you were to click on this little photo, you can also pull up your Finder or on PC and pull up your file explorer. But so here we're getting a little warning. So this says to resize the image to fit the required dimensions for Google My Business. So Google My Business is a little particular. It needs to be square for them. So what we're going to do is I am going to crop this and post it again for Google, but this fits the dimensions for Instagram and Facebook. So we're just going to do a quick preview. I already kind of added this oil picture, and we're going to, the ones after doing some research and looking through those analytics, what I've found is that diversity gets more engagement when we ask questions. People like answering the questions. And so we're going to do a little question right here. So we're just going to type up a little post here. So we're going to go so I'm just asking, how many different bottles of oil do you have in your kitchen? If you're not home, take a guess. We're going to add a little emoji. So if we click down here, we can search for, we love our olive oil. We're going to do a little pump up. Yes, you could do it. Another way to add it is just with a colon. So then it'll show your most recent ones, which is, kind of your most used ones. But you can also search, if I searched smile, so then it would show me all the ones that have the word smiling in it. So, or at least those 4 letters. We're going to add a couple of hashtags to this. This is going to be hashtag olive oil, hashtag cooking oil. These are some hashtags I've already looked at. In our area, we're in Stevens Point, Wisconsin. Stevens Point as a hashtag trends better than Stevens Point WI, and so that's what we stick with for this. And then downtown Point WI, because they are just downtown Stevens Point. This is the one that those other local businesses use, so that's the best option for that. We're going to do kind of there's a couple fun ones, Foodstagram, Foodie. Sorry if you can hear my dog whining in the background. She's just not getting attention right now. Any of you with pets know that's what they do. They need all the attention. Anyways, so we're going to schedule this. So you can click here, schedule it, click on the date. You can also add it to a queue. You could set up different times you like to post. But a really cool feature is that you could do a smart queue slot. So this is saying that at 2 p.m. today is actually going to it's going to reach 25% of our top engagers versus posting at a different time. So that's what we're going to do is we are for sure going to pick this smart queue slot. First, I am going to copy that because I'm also going to post it again for Google. But we'll do that in a sec. So this is scheduled. So now if we would go down to the schedule, here's where this is. It's going to show you who scheduled it, especially if you have a team. It's smart scheduled, kind of how it's going. You can post now, edit it, etc. If we go to our calendar, we can see right here what this looks like. You can even drag it if you wanted to move things around, which is cool. So there's just so many options. When you go into settings, you can really change a lot of the brand settings. You can change that queue that I was talking about. So let's say you're like, okay, here's the times I want to publish. If you want to publish all those times, I would only put ones that you want to post if you're going to use the queue often. But then you also have your publishing preferences, which kind of link shortener you want to use. I think you have to be on a paid plan to use Bitly, but either way, Zero.co works just fine. You can change who's able to do what, who your brand members are, add more. If your team grows, obviously add another brand member. Here's where you would connect your social profiles and then your brand information. So you're going to be able to just do a lot of different things with this program. So this is why I love it. It's so useful for everything. I will I would love to show you the mobile app, but if you are pretty handy with apps, if you're on an Apple phone, just search Zoho Social, and on Android, same thing in the Google Play Store, search Zoho Social. It's pretty self-explanatory. You can do almost everything you can here, and it just really it works great. So please reach out if you have any questions. I hope this was helpful. I hope this was something that you could utilize in your business, especially to save some money. Anyways, you have a wonderful day, everybody, and we'll talk to you soon.